Hello, this is Shago Olofiyeku, presenting on behalf of Team Midas. We have completed Sprint 2 and have created our account system, which allows us to add, view, edit, and deactivate our accounts. Now, our structure follows a very similar CRUD format that we have in our user window. So, one of the things to note about the application as it sits is that we have temporarily unhashed the passwords for these accounts. These are just test accounts anyways. We're going to rehash it later on. This is just for the purpose of testing and for the presentation. And also be aware that there are some times I may have to refresh due to a new the new Angular feature of server-side render, and it seems to cause some items to break if they're not refreshed. So with the dirty laundry out of the way, I will show you our account system. So here I am on our account page. It's a very basic CRUD format. You can see all of our account features from our IDs, account chart names, normal side, categories, subcategories. These are temporary inputs until we get more information. Initial balance, debit, credit, balance, date created, user ID, order, statements, comments, and of course, you can view the ledger, you can edit, and you can delete, or you can add an account. All of these are available because I'm currently in my admin account. So I'm going to go ahead and create an account. Let me just refresh to be sure. There we go. So our chart name, we're going to call it, let's say, Bank Wells Fargo. User ID, you can actually choose from any of the accounts currently in our users. So we have all of these test users. I'm going to assign it to myself. Normal side, I believe that's a monetary value. Now, if any of these are inaccurate, I can change what the input type is, but these are the inputs based on what I believe they are. So normal side. Category, temporary inputs, we'll just say 3. Subcategory, once again, temporary inputs, we'll say 2. Initial balance, you can make these initial changes. Let's say you're transferring this account. So you can input the base balances and continue where you left off if you're transferring to our program system, or you can have it set to its default, which will just be $0, and then it will continue to get updated as you create new statements and transactions. So I'm going to put some temporary values. Order, order now. Date created, you can just hit today. Now, if you leave this alone, it will just have the default set to whenever the form was created. However, if you're once again transferring this account from a previous service, you can manually input what the date created is. Statement. And comment, this is a test. So now we have all of our inputs in, we can submit. Account has been successfully added. And now it has been added to our charts or our chart of accounts. So we have our ID, Wells Fargo, everything is inputted exactly as we set them up. Now, since we have created this, we can view the account. Okay, let me refresh this. It always has an issue sometimes. So Wells Fargo is currently active. It has our balances, credit balance, debit, categories. We can include more information and we can add the ledger later on, but this is an individualized page and we know that it works based on whichever account we clicked on. Now, if we return to accounts, we can see the previous accounts. We can also edit them. So let's say, refresh. Let's say we had an issue And it's not Wells Fargo. Okay. It's clicked out of the page. It is now Bank of America. And the initial, and now we're going to change the category to 1, subcategory to 1. Let's do that again. Bank of America. Category 1, subcategory 1. 5,000, 50,000. Edit account. It's updated successfully. On the fly, Bank of America. Initial balance is now 5,000. Category 1, subcategory 1. And if we go to our view accounts and refresh it, it will give us all of the information. Now, this refreshing is just an issue until we figure out how to make server-side rendering work. It will not be in the final version. So we have those, all of that functionality set in. And of course, we can make it so that you can, you know, have individual transactions. But right now, the way it's set up, you can edit every single item as it is on the fly. And of course, we have temporary links for our calendar and our journalizing, but those have not been implemented just yet. Now, I am going to log in as both an admin, accountant, and a user. So let me copy these down so I can log in later. And very detailed password. Okay, so now I log out. I'm going to log in as a regular user. So I've logged in. Now I'm at mode. And because I am a user, I do not have access to users or accounts. Now, if I log out and I log back in as an accountant, I have access to our accounts. But you'll notice that I can no longer add accounts. I cannot edit accounts. I cannot delete accounts, but I can view them. So if I go back to our first, I can still view them. So this has been our feature set for sprint number 2. And thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day.